my laptop. And I want to start talking about what I want to talk about, but I don't want to talk. You can't hear me. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, great. Awesome. So let me know where you guys are all coming from. It is April 1st, so happy April 1st. It's April
Palm
Fool.
Sunday weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. It's Palm Sunday weekend.
I was going to say it's April Fool's today.
No.
So we are at my mom's house today because we are celebrating Easter today and a birthday today. So my mom is in the back right now decorating a birthday cake. We've got a whole menu. We did a bunch of prep yesterday. We went shopping together yesterday, and we prepped a bunch of food yesterday. And today we are kind of finishing up. We baked the cakes yesterday, so she's decorating them. She made a triple berry cake, a triple lemon berry cake with cream cheese frosting, and it's turning out really beautiful.
Really?
When she's done, she'll show you what it looks like. We have a prime rib roast in the oven. You can probably see that right there. We have on the stove, waiting to go in the oven, we have a lamb roast, a leg of lamb, but with no bone. And then we made potatoes au gratin.
You got it.
I've been having a hard time saying that. And what else did we make? Oh, we made 2 sauces. We made a chimichurri horseradish sauce and something else.
A chimichurri and a horseradish sauce.
Yeah, but didn't we make something else too? Oh yeah, we are making 2 different vegetable sides. We're gonna make peas and shallots, and we are gonna roast asparagus with a compound butter with Parmesan cheese and garlic and lemon, and we're really excited about that. But the reason I wanted to come on here and talk is because I like to buy a lot of meat from local farmers, and this morning, right before I came over to my mom's, I put in a deposit to get a whole hog from a local farmer. And I am super passionate about buying meat from local farmers whenever possible. The prime rib roast that's in the oven, I had purchased in August. If you saw that video, we went and picked up a half a cow from a local farmer. I've been buying from him. He's in Battleground, Washington, Basket Flat Ranch. If anybody's interested, I've been buying from him for almost 8 years now. He does 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef. And then today, I put in a deposit to get a whole cooney pork pig coming up. I don't remember when they said it was going to be ready, but I thought I would just come on here and talk about if you're interested in buying meat from local farmers, because my channel is a homestead channel and I don't produce any of my own protein except for eggs on my homestead. And I really don't plan to produce any meat from local farmers, or I don't plan to produce any meat on my own farm.
I just stuck my thumb in the frosting.
So
a big hole.
Oh, yeah.
I got to fix it.
You got to fix it. And if you guys are interested in doing that, I can help you guys find local food producers in your area. There is a website called localharvest.org. It's a nonprofit website. I can link it down in the description box. And that's where I found my producers that I buy meat from. And let's see. One cool thing is we don't have to do it all on our own homestead. So none of us can do all of it. And if you saw yesterday's video that came out, my big thing and what I'm super passionate about doing myself on my homestead is gardening. And I'm kind of going really big into the gardening, producing my own fruits and vegetables. And then, you all done? Oh my gosh.
Can you tip it? No. Don't let the cake slide. There wasn't much frosting under the cardboard to hold it in place.
Oh, it's really beautiful, Mom.
Thank you.
So none of us can do all of it. We can't grow all the food, produce all the food, but we can try to partner with local food producers in our area. Oh, I'm going to stop this. I'm also filming today, so I'm just stopped that because my mom, I wanted to catch her getting that beautiful cake. And so what I'm passionate about doing for myself are eggs, because I love having chickens, and fruits and veggies. But nowhere in the anytime future do I ever plan to raise hogs or cattle or anything like that, because we just don't have the infrastructure. And I don't know if that's something that I'm super passionate about doing for myself, but I'm super passionate about trying to find local producers in my area, and I can partner with them, and I can find really high quality meats that are raised ethically in a way that I am support. And so that is what I want to encourage you and give you some resources to try to find local farmers in your area. So if you aren't able to produce your own meats or even fruits and veggies, on that website, localharvest.org, they have all types of farmers. They have people that do raw dairy, if you're interested in finding that, people that have CSAs. When I was a part of a CSA before I had my own garden, CSA is community supported agriculture, where you can become a member of someone's farm and you get a weekly share or a biweekly share of whatever they produce. Some people do CSAs for milk, some people do CSAs for meat, some people do them for fruits and veggies. And that's a great way that you can find it. And that's what I did before I had my own garden. And that's where I found the meat producers. And I've just been buying from the same farmers this whole time. So I put in an order, if you live in the Portland metro area, at Marion Acres. They're in Hillsboro. And there's a lot of pasture raised pork farmers in our area, but that's one that I just put my deposit down on. And it is a Cooney, which I have seen on YouTube, watched people raise those for years. And I've never ordered one before, and I'm really excited about ordering it. The reason I wanted to come on here and just spur of the moment is almost everything, all food is seasonal, even protein. And right now is when they're breeding a lot of, cattle and pork and all that stuff. And so right now is a really good time to get your deposit in if you're interested in that. Last summer, I did not get my deposit in, and I ran out of sausage in my freezer, which is pretty sad. So I had to go to the store, and if I want sausage, I have to get it at the store, which is no problem. I just would prefer to get it from a local farmer whenever possible. I'm not perfect. I don't buy all of my meat from local farmers, but I try to buy as much of it as I can. And so I've been rambling on for a while. So let me look at the chat and see if you guys have any questions. If you guys have questions, can you put them in all caps? And then that will let me see it a little bit better. I just randomly decided to do this. So I don't have Josh here with me. I'm just doing this on my laptop. Home decorations. Are you talking about my home or my mom's home? Oh, great question. What are your favorite cuts of meat? And that is when you are buying meat from a local farmer, how it works is you put a deposit down on the half a cow, whole cow, half a pork, whole hog, whatever it might be. And you pay, my mom's on my live. You pick, oh gosh, lost my train of thought.
Or pick.
Okay, so you put your deposit down on the meat from the farmer. And then they have to then grow that animal out. So it usually takes 6 months, a year, or something like that, depending on what it is. And then once that animal is ready, then you pay the butcher to butcher the animal. And there's usually, Mom, you're just, or are you in the comment section?
Answering questions.
Oh, perfect. Okay, my mom's in the comment section now. She's going to be a moderator. Oh, thank you, Julie. Yeah, that'd probably be good. The baby's here too. My dad has the baby. So it's just a family event here. So how it works is you put your deposit down with the farmer. And then once it's ready, then you have to pay the butcher to butcher the animal. And usually what happens is the farmer will give the go ahead to the, oh, thank you, Benjamin. Oh, okay. You didn't have a question? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So you then you end up having to pay for the animal itself. So however much it weighs. And then you pay the farmer the rest of the remaining balance that you have. And then the butcher will call you once the farmer says, yes, this person paid their bill in full. And then you have to give the butcher the cutting instructions you want. And this has taken me a while to figure out what I like and what cuts I like. The best thing, if you are new to this, is to look at your grocery lists and your freezers, and what do you always buy? Do you always buy sausage and bacon? And when you buy pork and you never buy pork chops and ribs, then that's what you should ask the butcher to process for you, because they will do whatever you want. And it took me years to figure that out. I have cuts of meat in my freezer, sad to say, longer than I would like, because I ask for all the fancy cuts. And then I realized I don't use all those fancy cuts. So this hog that I am putting my deposit down on, all I'm going to have it cut into is sausage, breakfast sausage, Italian sausage. Thank you, Lisa. Breakfast sausage, Italian sausage, bacon, and a whole pork loin, because that's what we eat and that's what I want. I don't need the ribs because I rarely ever cook ribs. And I don't need a bunch of pork butt because I rarely make pulled pork. One would be plenty sufficient for Josh and I for an entire year. And if I ask for all those things and then they end up in my freezer, then they just don't get used. And then when I'm doing a pantry challenge or something, it feels like work to use them. And I want it to be exciting. That's why I do this, because I love food, I love cooking, and I want to be excited about going in the freezer and using those things. So same for beef. If you eat a lot of ground beef and you never buy steaks, then you can have the whole or half or quarter of a cow processed into ground beef for you. I hope that answers your question. So basically, look at your grocery list, look at what you already buy, and that's what you should ask the butcher to butcher for you. Oh, can I do once a week lives? I would love to go live more, but the problem is the internet at our house is terrible. We are working right now to get some better internet because I would love to be able to go live more. And I just was driving over here today and I thought, you know what? My mom has good internet. Let's go live today. Let's see. Oh, Mom, they're loving your cake. It's so beautiful. What was the paint color that I ended up choosing? So the original color was a what was it? It was a beige color. I can't remember. But the color that I repainted it is Gossamer Veil by Sherwin-Williams, and I love it. Any updates on Scratch Pantry? Josh is currently working on the website right now. Like literally right now. He is, oh my goodness. Home Fries, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and watching. You all mean the world to me. Just showing up is pretty incredible. I really appreciate you guys. And so Josh is working on the website right now. I got a bunch of really exciting things that I've been working on. Some things since before the baby was born. And now that he is born and we're getting into a good routine, I have a lot of really exciting stuff, but what the bottleneck is right now is the website. And that's why we haven't done any more house projects other than me painting, because Josh is working really hard on the website. And that's currently what he's doing right now. Will you include, I do have an email. Will you include an email on your website, an email for me or an email like newsletter? I do have a newsletter that goes out. And Jacqueline asked, what kind of greenhouse am I planning on building? That is a great question. I've been talking to a couple different greenhouse companies. It's probably going to be a year, if not longer, before a greenhouse is built because they're an investment. And I would like one that is, I don't want a high tunnel plastic one. I want one that's a actual structure. And so it's going to be quite an investment. So I'm going to need to take some time to save in order for that to come to fruition. So I'm not exactly sure which company I'm going to go with or if we're going to build it ourselves or what, but I'm looking at getting one that's either made out of glass or plexiglass or something like that, an actual structure. We get a lot of wind at our house. We live in the Columbia Gorge and it's a wind tunnel. So I think that if we were to put in a high tunnel with plastic, then it would just blow away. I don't think that that type of structure would be strong enough to withstand the wind gusts that we get. How are my beans doing? Okay, so I'm really excited. There was definitely one that did better than the other. Both of them, I don't think were contaminated with any sort of herbicides because they both thrived really well and they looked really healthy. But I definitely had one company that I picked, and you'll have to just wait and see and watch. I'm getting my garden videos are now going to start coming out more because we had that snow, everything got pushed behind, and I'm going to have some of those videos come out before they were filmed just so that we can kind of get back caught up on the garden stuff. Thank you for watching, Lori. I really appreciate it. I'm just looking for questions here. So a question, I have limited freezer space. What do you recommend for meal preservation or meal prep? And I was thinking that would be a fantastic freezer meal video would be to do freezer meals just for limited spaces. And I've been starting to think through that. And I think anything that you can put in a Ziploc bag and freeze flat in a Ziploc bag is the best thing. So things like sloppy joes, stroganoff, pasta sauce, marinated meats, soups, things like that, things that you don't need to put into meatballs, things that you don't need to put into a casserole dish, because a casserole dish is going to take up a lot more space versus curry, something that you can freeze flat and put right into the freezer flat like that. Let's see here. Deplorable. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. Let's see. I need to get better at doing this, going through the comments, because I am so new to it. Oh, Linda, thank you so much. I'm excited for a greenhouse. It will happen. It will happen. It's just, one thing at a time. We got to build the garden first before we can have a greenhouse. So, oh, thank you, Amy. Have I ever used a cold frame? Amy asks. I haven't, and that's something that I definitely want to do this year. I want to try to extend my growing season by having some leafy greens and things like that into the winter. I'll probably try to do that this year, and I will put some plastic over some of the raised beds. That's one of my goals. Cheyenne, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I pronounced your name correct. Oh, Shane. Thank you. Okay, I did not pronounce your name correctly. I so apologize. How much money have I saved on food throughout the years? I have no idea. One of the main reasons we eat at home so much is because when you buy meat from local food producers, it can cost you more money per pound. The hog that I put the deposit down on, I'm going to be paying $5.25, I think, a pound on that. And that's hanging weight. So once the animal is butchered, they remove the insides and they hang it. And then I pay the price per pound for that. And then I also have to pay the butcher to butcher it. And I think that's about 60 cents a pound, because they then turn it into sausage or ham or whatever it might be. And that is more expensive than if I was to go to the store and buy the cheapest pork. Mom, the cheapest pork on the market possible. But I save money by eating at home 99% of the time. Josh and I maybe eat out twice a month, maybe, and sometimes once a month. And so I kind of have those dollars that we would spend eating out going toward higher quality food. So I have no idea. That's a great question, though. Let's see here. JM, thank you for watching my channel. I really appreciate that. Tiny, let's see. Oh, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. That is amazing. And you're out of the first trimester, so hopefully you are feeling better. I really hope so. So someone asked what's next on our property. Really just focusing on getting the garden done and getting some fencing in. Our dogs, fencing for the garden to keep deers out, fencing to keep the dogs in and out, and then probably the chicken coop. The chicken coop will probably happen before the greenhouse, because my chickens, I love having my chickens free range. I love it so much, but they hang out on my porch too much and they make too many messes on my porch. And so it's just, they need to be in a contained space. I love having free range, but I also don't like it at all. Oh, thank you, Helen. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with me today. Such short notice. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know, because I will work on doing more lives if we're able to get this better internet up and running at our house. Will we add new chickens this year? Nicole asks. So the chicken coop Josh built holds technically enough. It has enough space for 12 chickens, and we have 9 chickens right now. And so I look online at chickens all the time, and I technically could get a couple more, but I think I'm going to wait until we have our permanent chicken coop. I keep telling Josh I'm going to go buy chickens. And then he's like, I don't know, maybe you should wait. And I probably should wait. But my next goal for chickens is to get all the fancy chickens. I want to get the chickens that, have big floofy feathers on their head, and the silkies and the Polish and all those really fun ones. My chickens currently are laying 6 to 7 eggs a day. They're 3 years old this year. And so I'm getting plenty of eggs. So it's not that I have enough egg layers right now. Let's see. And it's not an April Fool's joke that I'm live right now. No, it's not. So Josh and I try to, let's see. Gloria, thank you for being here. I'm having fun. Will we get ducks? That's a great question. We probably will not get ducks. I love the idea of a duck because they eat slugs, and we get a lot of slugs in the Pacific Northwest, but they are extremely messy and we don't have a pond for them. So I would feel guilty not having, unless we built a pond, which we don't have any plans currently to build a pond, we probably won't get ducks because they're just so messy, and they really thrive if they have a pond. And so I'd kind of feel bad if I didn't have a pond for them. And I don't really want to go out there and clean one of those kiddie pools. They're kind of gross. So Jennifer asks, how do Orbit and Tibro do with the chickens? They don't want anything to do with the chickens. I'm super grateful. They are not aggressive with the chickens. If anything, they don't want anything to do with them at all. Are we still have snow? Nope, it's all gone. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful now. Oh, Grammy, thank you so much. So we have been on here for some time, and this was completely random out of the blue. My mom and I probably need to get back to cooking. And so I just want to say a huge thank you for taking time out of your day to hang out with me on this live. If you're interested in finding a local farmer in your area, look at the website localharvest.org. It's a completely nonprofit website, and they help people. You can also look on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. I have looked on those for people that produce food as well. And go to your local farmers markets and talk to the people that are there. They might know. And if they're selling cuts of meat at your local farmers market, you can always ask them if you can purchase a whole or half or side of whatever it is. And you can usually get a better price than if you're purchasing just the individual cuts, because it can be kind of pricey when you are purchasing just the individual cuts. What's my favorite variety of tomatoes? Anyone that'll grow. Anytime I have anything in the garden that produces, I'm very, very happy with it. Oh, I did want to mention too, I put in the description box of this live the books that really inspired me to try to grow and buy local as much as possible, try to grow as much of my own food, and try to source local food as much as possible. They, two of them are by Michael Pollan. One of them is called The Omnivore's Dilemma, and one of them is called Cooked. These are really, really inspiring books. The other one is The Dirty Life by Barbara Kilzover. No, The Dirty Life by Kristen Kimball. And the other one is Animal Vegetable Miracle by Barbara Kilzover. Those are all nonfiction, and they are fabulous, fabulous books if you're looking to be inspired. I am going to head so that my mom and I can go ahead and get back to cooking, because that's what we're here for. So I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. Bye, friend.